Welcome to At the Vanguard. We're TB Vanguard, and our motto is for fans by fans. We showcase fans on the front line of the Team Breezy movement. This podcast is an open forum to discuss current topics as they relate to Chris Brown and his fan base.
This time around, again, we've been talking about topics that were like the documentary, but this time around, we really want to focus on the music because Chris did an Instagram video yesterday saying that he's going to let the fans choose the next song, and that when he releases the next song, it's going to have the date that the album is going to drop. So on Thursday, I sent out 3 poll questions talking about music, genres of music, and from the documentary, Jennifer Lopez said that Chris kind of created this R&B pop genre of music, and we're hoping to see, since Chris always seems to have different types of music on his album, we're hoping to see pop, R&B, some hip hop, but with 40 songs, we're hoping that there'll be enough of each genre of music to satisfy the fans. So one of the poll questions again was, what's your favorite genre of music that Chris does? And I think we had overwhelmingly people saying R&B was the first choice, with I think pop was the second choice. So that, I guess we could talk about our preferences, but I think we really need to come up with some strategies to help get Chris's spins and streaming numbers up in anticipation of the new album, and Chris is trying to get privacy to #1. So maybe we could talk about that and then bring up any other topics that you guys want to talk about.
You said I'm in, right?
Yes.
She said Chris Brown invented that pop R&B type of genre, but by the looks of the last album, Royalty, I really think that he himself is leaving that genre and going totally R&B, hip hop and trap. There no pop. But I seriously want Chris Brown to go pop one more time. You know what I'm saying? I really want him to make songs like "Yeah 3 Times," maybe "Turn Up the Music," those kind of songs songs like that grab more attention than R&B. I don't know which R&B artist can have #1 album except The Weeknd or Beyonce, making the whole album totally R&B. You know what I'm saying? You gotta make a little bit. You gotta have a little bit of pop flavor on that album to make it a little bit more, to create a little bit more hype to the album and to gain attention by more people. So I just want him to go more pop.
Okay. I don't know that I agree that Beyonce is really okay.
No, go ahead, Paula. I'm sorry.
And I was just gonna say, Beyonce is really pop, and so is The Weeknd, 100%. I would say, but they get categorized sometimes in R&B because they're black, and I don't know if you're aware of that, because that's really not R&B music that they do. I think maybe Beyonce has maybe 1 or 2 songs that are R&B on an album, but typically pop. And same with The Weeknd. He is 100% pop. He is not R&B at all. There's nothing pop about R&B about his music. But let me just say this: I understand what you're saying about popularity of pop. I get that totally. But Chris had quite a bit of pop on Royalty. As an R&B fan, I felt like it was heavily pop. What's the song? Anyway, that's a pop song. What's the other song?
Fine by Me.
Fine by Me. Yeah, they're mostly.
Fine by Me is not. Fine by Me is not.
That is zero. Fine by Me. Those are all pop songs. Those are all pop songs.
Those are R. Those
I
are
really don't know
those are
no
R&B.
pop songs.
No.
Those songs are R&B.
No,
That's why I'm
I don't think you
like
understand the
Weekend is
genre.
R&B.
I don't think you understand the genre
Yeah,
because I'm sorry.
Paula.
Yes. I'm sorry.
I don't understand it.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people don't. I don't think I do either.
Because
It's more like a funk
I thought
pop
Party,
kind of
the song
music.
Party
I
was
think.
pop too.
Party was I would say
Yeah.
R&B pop
Yeah.
fusion. I would say.
Okay, so what we're saying is that what the music industry sees it and how they're going to play it, people, I think we know Chris mixes the sounds together. So you might have some R&B, but it's going to have pop influences or hip hop influences in it. That's the thing that Chris always does, though. I mean, when people say all his music sounds the same, we know that's not true.
Right.
But Royalty did have, like, Anyway is dance. You had Zero and you had Fine by Me. But I think we're hoping, and, with Chris looking at what everybody's doing and peaking what everyone's doing, with 40 songs, we should definitely have at least 4 genres of music that people that are pure in a way, where people who need the pop can get that, turn up the music type of thing. The people who want true R&B like Liquor, they can get that type of R&B type of flavor. So that's what I think we're trying to do is we can't guess what type of music he's going to have, but with 40 songs, it's either going to be a blending of the sounds or it's going to be where he's going to give us some true, music genre of a particular genre of sound, like pop or whatever.
Right.
I mean, I agree. I love turn up the music and I love Chris's pop. I would love to have him go back and do that. But I think Royalty was where he kind of went to the trap hip hop side heavily, but I'm hoping he kind of comes back from that. I don't need to hear some of the lyrics that deal with trap music, and I'm hoping that if he gives us some of that, he just gives us a little bit of that, or else just use that type of music for when he features with other artists. And that's something else we could talk about too. He's featuring with a lot of different artists that the songs are really good. And I'm just glad that hopefully, since he's featuring with other artists, I'm glad those songs aren't going to be on his album, because I wouldn't want to buy his album with those type of songs on it. I mean, Wale's song is good, and the Janae song is good, but the Gucci and some of the other stuff, wouldn't really want that to be on his Heartbreak on a Full Moon album. What do you guys think, though?
Speaking of the genres, how did you like that Ray J collaboration?
The who?
Ray J.
Yeah, that.
I didn't listen to that. I didn't listen. I think Chris does that a lot. Like he doesn't, just like he always says that he doesn't, specifically have to work with, the top producers. Like he try to give, new people a chance and, work with different people. It doesn't, like he says, he doesn't work with people because they have a number one, or they produced a number one song that's on the radio or something like that.
Artists like Jidena and Jidena, he could have made an album with him, like a collaborative mixtape with Jidena, because he's talented and he's underrated, and he could have boosted him, like a cash.
The only thing I have to say is that I know Chris likes to help a lot of people, like when he does music with them or whatever. But he really has to be mindful on what he's getting himself on, because I know a lot of artists, they will not get on certain songs if it's not a hit record. They don't want to be associated with it. And Chris is not like that. Like he'll be like, let's do it. It sounds hot. Let's do it, just because he want to help the person. So that's why nobody listened to whoever did, really didn't care for the Ray J or, the mixtape. So, and that's Chris's fault, because he has to be a little more mindful, like, listen, I'll do this song, but I'm not going to do that song. And he just doesn't do that. A lot.
But I think one of the things, though, that the reason Chris probably does that is if he thinks the person has talent, especially someone who's underrated, he will boost them. And I'll give you a prime example of a great song that Chris did, and the person ran with it. Chris did a song called Yoko with Burner, and Burner's from the San Francisco Bay Area.
Right.
And that song is hot, and Burner ran with that song. He took it and made sure that he played that song, sang that song constantly. So he didn't really need Chris to co-sign or help boost him. He just wanted that opportunity to work with Chris, and he went on tour with Yoko. I think here's what we can do, but as fans, we support it, we don't support it. And I think, I'm sure Tammy could attest to this. People were saying that Ray J or people were upset that Chris wasn't promoting that mixtape that he and Ray J had. Well, the fans didn't want to listen to it, so Ray J had to get his fans to listen to it. But, you know, we as fans, we don't have to support and endorse every side project that Chris does, because you know what? We need to worry about Chris. We don't let Evans fans do it, you know?
I mean, unless it's a song that we like, I mean, you know.
Yes.
I mean, I don't know how much I'm going to push. I got to push, you know, you can't do two things at one time, you know. I mean, I only have one Spotify, so what am I going to stream, really? But, of course, it's going to be privacy, but just to go back to Ray J, I don't know if people really I think they just want another coming out, like, you know, just a way to say, hey, I'm coming, and give, you know, the fans a little something. And who better to do it with the artist that's already, you know, have music out there and, you know, playing. You know, I think he's probably trying to come back, and he's not a bad singer, and he did have hits.
I think,
and we already knew that. That's why a lot of people didn't listen.
And don't you guys think that you know, Chris is making like this constant mixtape, constant music, giving us like free music like 2 or 3 times in a year? Doesn't that, you know, don't you guys think that it hurts his own like actual album when it comes out? Like people would be like, man, I just heard Chris Brown last month. I ain't gonna buy this new album, something like that. You know what I'm saying?
I think it's more like I get it for free. Why am I paying? I think he gives away way too much music. His snippets are too long. I love the snippets, but they need to be like 15 to 30 seconds tops, because that's why people can take a whole minute and loop it, and people think they have the song, and that's been done quite a bit with his music. He gives away too much, and therefore it's almost like an expectation of a gift instead of, you know, buying the music. I really think it's taken away. Like I don't think he should give away any more music for another year or so. Honestly.
Dude gave the whole privacy song in that like studio session, kind of like that video, Periscope video. It was a whole song except that rap part. It was a whole song. That Periscope recordings.
Yeah, but still, a lot of people wanted to buy that song, but Chris put it on, or whoever put it on SoundCloud. That was the problem.
Yeah, and
it wasn't people wanted that song.
That was another problem when she released that song on SoundCloud. That really took away a lot of sales.
Yes. Because a lot of people wanted that song. That was the song of their choice. And I don't know who put it on SoundCloud, but, you know, of course, if people get it for free on SoundCloud where they can listen to it over and over again, they're not going to buy it, and that's just what it is.
Do you guys know why Party did so great? Because it had, like, the video coming out, only video coming out, not the audio on the Vivo, and there was no any snippets or any leaks about the party. You know, it was all secret. I think that's why Party
did
so that good.
It was a surprise, right?
Yeah, it was a great surprise.
So what?
Yeah, it was.
Party.
I have no idea.
What genre does that fall under? Because I don't either. Is that
But
pop
I mean,
or is
that's
that
a
hip
fusion.
hop or is
That
that
one was
R&B or is that all three?
that was a fusion of R&B
That's
and pop. That was definitely a fusion of R&B and pop.
R&B, pop, hip hop, everything,
R&B
but
and
pop.
everything good. Party
Yeah.
is a total, like, it's a very good record.
And I think if you look at his performance on the BET Awards of Party, that song, that shows you that's a quality song and a great mixing of 4 or 5 genres of music, because you've got the hip hop rap part in there too.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
Right.
I mean, I think that's the uniqueness of what Chris brings to the table. Party is an example of him mixing those genres together with a perfect sound and a quality sound. You know what I mean? Not this cheap sound, cheap lyric type of thing.
And talking about that BET performance, that the flute sound at the end was priceless. It was so
Was
good.
what?
I agree.
It was what?
Yeah.
There was a flute
Priceless,
sound.
that, that flute sound at the end.
What was that? What did you say it was?
FLUTE, flute, a flute.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And again, that's Chris bringing in instrumentation, which we always wanted as fans, not synthesized sound, you know.
I don't know. I'm excited for Heartbreak on a Full Moon. I think because from some of the songs that I like, I don't care if he played the whole song. I like the song. What is the name of it? I've been waiting for so long. And it's on the album, and it's a couple of others that's on the album. And just from those songs, and I've heard them because some of them are on YouTube already. And then the others that we haven't heard, like he hasn't given any snippets of any of the songs that he's done with who's the producer he worked with before?
The Scott Storch.
Yeah.
Oh.
Scott.
Man, I'm anticipating that Scott Storch.
I know. 2 songs.
Yeah.
Remember, he did Run It. So 2 songs, if he
Yeah.
can bring that fusion back, that would be amazing.
Did you guys know, like, they collaborated on, like, Fan for Fan?
Yeah, they had 2 songs on Fan of Fan. Remember, that's when he was, I think he was in jail or something. Wasn't Scott Storch in jail or something? Prison or
Yeah.
something?
I think it was in prison.
Wrong in the Right Way. One song was Wrong in
And
the Right Way on.
the new producer that's on Love and Hip Hop, some of the songs he has are good too.
Oh,
On the
Hitmaker.
R&B,
Hitmaker. What is his name?
Yeah.
Hitmaker.
And his wife,
Bird.
Erica, is that
Young
right?
Bird.
Young Berg. Yes, Young Berg.
No, not Young Bird, not Young Bird, the one with the blonde hair.
A1. A1, that's
A1.
Lyrica Anderson.
Are you talking about Emac? You're talking about Emac.
No. We're talking about A1, who is...
A1 Bentley. A1
yeah.
Bentley.
Yeah.
Right.
He produced Party, I think, right?
Yeah,
I can't wait to hear Always on My Mind.
I know.
Oh, yeah.
Like, when is that coming out? When is that coming out?
But it seems like they changing it so much. It's like so many different versions. I heard one with Jay-Z. Now they have one with Ty Dolla $ign. Please don't mess that song up.
That's
It's
what
like
I
he's singing
said.
by himself.
But no, Chris and Dave East. That was the purest version I heard, and that's the one. And every so often I have to go back and play that snippet that Dave East put on Instagram.
Right.
They deleted it, but I still have it because I posted it on TV Vanguard. I'm glad that I reposted it because it's there permanently. Not deleting that.
But that one, how Chris is singing on the one with Dave East,
Yes.
sounds a little different from the clip that A1 posted of just Chris singing himself. Did you see that one?
No, I didn't hear that one.
Yes. It's really short, but it sounds different. It sounds, the way he's singing it sounds a lot different than how he's singing it on the Dave East clip.
Really? Okay.
It's up there.
But the one with Dave East sounds to my ear sounds like a Marvin Gaye song, and I absolutely loved it. I mean, I played it over and over and over again, even though it was just a minute. I loved it. And I love Davy's the way he rapped on it because it had like the right mood for the vocals. Love that little combination.
Okay.
But I haven't heard the one with just Chris. I would love to hear that.
Send it to us in the DMs. We won't post it.
Do you have it, Tammy? Tammy, do you have the song? Do you have that a video?
Oh, okay, yeah, I'm gonna put it up. Yeah, I'm gonna put it up. I'm gonna get it and I'm gonna put it up.
Yeah, put it in my DM. Put it in the DM and we'll we'll pass it around and back.
Much different, but it's just the way he's singing the song. You're gonna be his first. There's no one else will feature on that one.
I know exactly what you mean because
I'm gonna
sometimes
put it up now.
his flavor on his inflection is totally different when he sings it at a different time. And what I was thinking about,
Ain't thinking about you.
Well, didn't think about you. When he did "Goddamn You Sexy," the way he did it on the original song was everything. But he did it again in Strip, but it doesn't sound like that original one.
I like Ready With too.
Yes. Oh my God, yeah.
I can't wait to that's cut and hear the whole song of that one.
But I'm so glad Hooties didn't make it to the album.
A lot of people really like that song. They love that song.
What song?
I'll tell you why. Hooties.
Oh, who this?
Yeah, because it was like a little bit like gimmicky kind of music. So I was like, I was literally kind of hoping like this song would not make to the album, and it didn't. So I'm happy.
But I still wish Grass Ain't Greener. I love the lyrical content to Grass Ain't Greener. You know,
Grass Ain't Greener. The content of that song totally fits to the album name, like Heartbreak on a Full Moon and the Grass Ain't Greener. Like it's a total match, but he didn't put that.
Well, that Enoch was saying because it's so. Well, he said because
old.
it's over a year old. But I think if we keep asking for it, he should put it on. That song is the lyrical content and the music to it. I just love it. I just love that. You know.
Maybe it will go to the bonus section of the album, like 40 plus.
Or else if we keep asking for it and we put it in this podcast and he listens to it, because he'll put
He's not going to put that out. He's not going to put it on the album because I think he put it out as a single. And when you put something out on a single, and if you're saying that's not your single anymore, then you're not going to put it on your album. Because then it would be 4 singles that was released, right?
Oh yeah, and he does have a 3-single rule. That's the thing with him. I remember him saying that before I can't remember which, maybe X. He was saying, "Oh no, you got to have at least three hits or 3 singles before the album comes out." And so he's insistent on that number. So yeah, he probably won't.
Right.
We have to wait another month for the album, for sure.
No, we're not. We're not going to wait.
No,
I think he's going to send us the 3 snippets, and we're going to vote. And I think the album's coming out on the 28th. That's what I think.
He's going to send those snippets after Privacy goes number 1.
Yeah, but we got to get Privacy to go. It's number 8 right now on R&B. We just have to get it to number 1 on R&B. We could have 2 streaming weekends, and he's going to be performing in Vegas today, so that every time he performs there, we come back and do a relive the moment, and that helps with the streams too. Again, I think Tammy, did you post that post that after Chris performed at the BET Awards, Privacy went up like 800% and Party went up like some percent, like some high percent, just because he performed it.
No, I seen that tweet, but no, that wasn't me. I don't remember who posted that. I think it was Tarek.
Oh,
I'm posted that, but I know what you're talking about.
So with him performing in Vegas, we're going to promote it on our end, you know, the relive the moment, all this and all that. And we ourselves, because we tie it to iTunes, we always say a huge job, Paula, when we do stuff like that. So since he's going to be there tonight, we'll post it again, just so we can get it to number 1, so Chris can give us the choices for the next song. So that's what we want.
Can we get it number 1 next week?
Listen, this is what I think. I think because when we were stuck so many times at 14 and 16, because a lot of Team Breezy, sometimes because Party went #1, and sometimes you take things for granted, and you don't work as hard. So it was stuck there for like 3 weeks. 3 weeks, So, and that was the time to really push it to move it up, because it could have gone up and went #1 then. But what happens is new songs come out. Like you have DJ Khaled, Jay-Z just dropped the album. Then you have other, artists dropping good music, and they're competition. And it's a newer song, so more people are streaming it, and an older song is just streamed less, right? So of course that song is going to pass the older song. So that's what's happening. So the new songs are passing privacy because it's an older song and it's being streamed less. And but if we can boost up the streams on Spotify, and that will move it up the Billboard charts, #1, and also it'll help on the radio charts, because if it has high streams and it's competing with the new songs, with streams, then it'll go up the charts. So requesting it will be good, but it also has to have the streams. It can't be like very low streams that it's a lot of requests. They all go along with each other. Like
one thing,
April on Nielsen resume.
Okay, this is Paula. One thing that April brought up was some people don't understand what stream means, and I think that's a valid thing.
1,500 streams
watch.
to one.
I think saying watch confuses them, because if I say watch, then they'll just watch it, and I don't need you to just watch it. I need you to put it on repeat.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, watching it one time is not going to do that, and that's pretty much what they're saying. Okay, watch the video. So most people, how many times can you watch that video? You'll watch it the most, probably 5 times, and you'll get tired of it, and that's normal. So I don't say watch. I'll say put it on repeat. I'll say things like that so they'll know. I don't care if you don't watch it. Just make sure it's running on repeat.
I think
Isn't it like-
I think that needs to be said to people, because I've only seen like Austin and maybe one other Pretty Brown. I think it's her name on Twitter, but I think those are the only 2 people I've seen say repeat. In order to get it to #1, we need to repeat it on, on YouTube, or repeat it on whatever you're listening to, and they put it on all their devices. So that's how I knew to even do that, because honestly, I didn't understand what you guys were talking about.
Isn't it like
I'm one of those people
Do you understand
who had no clue
non-stop?
what you were talking about.
Well, what about non-stop? What does non-stop mean?
That's why we gotta keep saying what it is, though. That's a good point, though.
Isn't it like 1,500 streams equals to 1 sales?
Yeah, something like that.
For that.
For an album. For an album.
Right. But for a single,
That's for now.
it's 1,000, right?
No, it's 250.
Oh.
Okay. But then
It
that's
was
even
150,
easier.
I
That's
think
even
it's
easier.
200 now.
250 views on YouTube counts as 1 unit of sales?
No.
That's right.
No. The views is different. The views it have to be, I think the views is like 1,500.
1,500 views equals to 1 unit of sales?
No, that
I have to look it up. I forgot.
Let me find out. 1,500 is for album. I think for a
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the album.
different number. I'll pull it up and I'll make a graphic and I'll send it out. When we tweet it off of TV Vanguard, along with the playlist, because we try to put them on playlists for everybody to just loop that playlist. But I'll find out what the conversions numbers are and put that out.
Okay.
Now, what I thought like a couple of months ago is that, I'm pretty sure a lot of people think so too, is that I bought the song, right? And I thought I was streaming it, but if you buy the song, you can't stream it.
Right.
That's why you might not want to buy the song. Yeah, you might want to buy the video, not buy the song, buy the video and stream the song. Because if you buy the song, you can only play the song. That doesn't count for streams.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, for example, on iTunes, like but you have to subscribe to iTunes if you're not going to buy the song, or you won't be able to hear it at all on iTunes, and that's the first place it normally goes. If it's for a single. So if you subscribe, then you can stream that song and it will count towards album sales.
That's right.
If you subscribe, but if you buy it, then you can't. Because that's what I was doing, and I thought, it would count, and it's like, no, the song does not count.
But
Only on songs that you haven't bought.
Yeah, you're bringing up a good point, because, and that's kind of like what happened with privacy. And now I remember why Chris put it on SoundCloud, because Chris didn't want people to buy it. He wanted them to stream it. And remember, SoundCloud converts over to Billboard charts now, remember? Billboard takes the SoundCloud streams now. And that's probably what he was trying to do, is to get people to stream the song instead of buy the song. Because as a fan, if you buy it, you're just going to play what you bought. And the streams are more important right now than buying the song.
Right, because
The
you
video
can stream
purchase
it way
is
more. But then he could have put it on Spotify then.
I think that was, Chris put it on SoundCloud because remember, this is the song that Chris wrote, and it's probably a little too vulgar for what RCA wanted him to do, and Chris wanted to put it out anyway. And I think that's why that happened in this case, because we already saw what kind of success he had with Party coming out with the video and the song all at the same time. It's almost at 150 million views right now. And so I think it was just because Privacy was Chris's personal song with the lyrics that were probably a little too vulgar for RCA, and Chris pushed it out anyway. I think that's what happened in this case. But SoundCloud does convert to streams for sales, for Billboard numbers. They do convert. I'll try and get the conversions for SoundCloud as well.
Yeah, I don't think you would say all of his songs are like
was
that.
clean.
But
Greener was clean.
Take You Down had like sensible words for that, but right now in this song, like he has direct names for the, like what private parts.
Yes, but
like
I mean, to say that it's all of his songwriting is unfair, because that's one song. I mean, that's one song like that. I mean, he a lot of times that happens on mixtape, and usually in the past it would just be on mixtape, but he's sort of migrated over to his album. But it's not every song. It's just one song or
as an artist, but here's the thing though, as an artist, Chris has to realize how far he can go with his music for his fans if he wants his fans to purchase it. Now that normally would be on a mixtape, right? But Chris tests the waters by having to be a single, right?
Right.
So he's testing the waters on how far he can go with lyrical content that he wrote. There's no co-writers. He has to see that as an artist as well. So I kind of see Privacy as the test in the ground.
I hope Privacy is the only that kind of song in that album. I don't want another song like that.
But that might be what he has to see, though. He has to see that if he had just maybe toned it down a little bit, it could have been more successful, perhaps. But that's what he has to do as an artist, test those waters out. Because remember, when he did Take You Down, that was a big deal because he was only 17, 18 years old.
Yeah.
And that was a big deal back then when that song came out.
A lot of people like Privacy the way it was. It was different. It was like very very brave of him to do, like, for a single. It was just different, and sometimes you have to take chances. You never know. I mean, it's an adult song for adults, and he's an adult, so my friend liked it. And me, not so much.
I like it. I like Privacy.
But it's his, a chancy song. Like, like you have to have some balls to put out a song.
Tammy's all laughing.
So,
But I think we all want to
that's-
see what the next song is going to be, because he already has that dance fusion with Party. You've got the R&B, adult R&B with Privacy. It's going to be interesting to see if he lets us pick of the 3 songs. Let's see what we're going to pick, because it's going to be interesting.
I hope it will be a country song.
I was about to say
what?
that. I was about to say that. I was about to say I want it to be country.
I would love him to do a country song because I want to hear his vocals, and that showcases your vocals.
In one of the interviews,
with, go ahead.
In one of the interviews, Chris said that his cousins wanted him to record a whole acoustic album, and he's keeping it for like later. I want a couple acoustic records on this album though.
Maybe a
Are you
Go ahead.
Are you telling him though? Do you text him and do you tell him that?
What?
Like, do you go to his IG page or do you tweet it out to
No.
him?
I don't.
Well, you
like,
should. You see, that's the
Yes.
thing. That's the thing. A lot of people say, I want this and I want that. But guess what? All of my songs is on the album because I stay on his
Does he
IG
care?
saying, please,
Does he?
put this on the album.
Does he
checks
care
that.
if we
He
do that?
checks-
And I tweeted all the time. Like I tweet about like what kind of music it should.
No, but
like,
you need
Chris,
to add him though.
put
You
out.
need to add him. He would have to come on your page to see it. You need to add him when you just occasionally. Just add him.
Yeah, I mentioned him. I mentioned him, and Austin Bogan be like he's not gonna see it anyway. Why do you have to tag him, bro? Like,
Yes,
but
he does.
I always
But he
tag him.
does. But he does see it.
He
Yeah.
sees it. He lurks all the time.
Yeah, he's
I
learning.
He
Well, I
sees
want Chris to
everything.
I want Chris to do country or not like gospel, but baby gospel.
Hey,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Something
I agree.
spiritual.
I would love to hear him do a gospel.
Yes.
I would love to hear him do gospel music. I just one, not even just one song. I would love for him to do one album. And also, I just like to do I just like what the dude on here is saying. I would love to just have a year of party music from him. So I don't know about that country.
I don't know what.
No, but the thing about
Because country, he had like on I'm not gonna say it was. I think it was Fame. He had a song that kind of sounded a little country. Like seriously, I'm gonna find the name of the song and I'm gonna send it to you. It has country elements to it.
Okay.
Which
yeah,
song?
Send that to me because
I'll pull it up. I think it was on Fame, but I'll make sure I send it to you guys. But here's what we could do. We could do some polls. We could do polls and say, hey, if Chris was gonna do something out of the box, what kind of song would you want him to do? And just like we did the poll that talked about the different genres that he's doing right now, let's do a poll and have people vote on it and see what they say. Chris sees those polls. You know that.
He
We
does.
should do that.
yes, I would be. I'm just kind of interested because when we were talking about party, that fell into the pop and R&B. It didn't fall into hip hop. How is that? Isn't the rapping hip hop?
Yeah, so it's pop, R&B, hip hop. Because of the rap
Okay,
part
that's
of
what I
it,
was wondering.
Gucci.
And I like all three of those genres with his music like that. I do like that.
He really knows how to get the right balance because I abhor pop music. I can't stand it. It's sickly
Oh, I
and
love pop music.
oh my God, I can't stand it. But he manages to have a blend that I can stomach. I don't know what it is, but he manages to have a blend that I can stomach. I find it absolutely insipid. I can't stand it. But and Michael Jackson did the same thing. He was able to have a pop
Tell
with
us
a
how
little
you
bit
really
of.
feel,
I'm
Paula.
serious.
Tell
No,
us
Michael
what-
had a way of fusing in
Yeah,
jazz,
pop and R&B.
jazz and R&B because of Quincy Jones' jazz factor. that made it palatable to me. Other than that, it makes me, oh, I can't stand it. So it's the most respect. It's not really a real genre. It just means popular. It's the sound that is most popular. And usually that means making it as bland as possible so the greatest audience will accept it. It's truth. That's what pop music is. And
Exactly.
that's why I hate it. And that's why I can't stand it.
That's what I,
Club music. I think it's club
that's what I'm.
music.
Club can be
Pop
pop.
music is club music.
Club can be pop, but club can also be R&B or funk. Like
It depends on the club, though.
it depends on the club, yes. Because remember, Chris did a
Yeah, it
song
depends
for the
on the
gay
club.
market on Graffiti. They wouldn't play it, but that was for the gay market. And I have a gay friend who like, oh my God, I love this song. Like, yeah, it was made for your market, but it was never really released because of all that happened at the time. But he knows how to ride these different markets. Even the song for the Japanese pop market, which, oh my God, I really couldn't stand that song. But it was very popular and a big hit in Japan from the Graffiti album. It was just on the Japanese version of Graffiti. You know, that's what they put on there. And on the British version of Graffiti, they did Chase Our Love. And that's a pop song that I absolutely love. It makes the hair stand up on my arm. Love that song. But it's a love song though, so maybe that's why.
If only Graffiti would come out like last year or this year, it would have been like smash hit. Like,
yeah,
seriously,
that's a brilliant
Graffiti
album.
is a very good album.
I consider it a masterpiece. I really do.
That's one of the best projects Chris Brown has ever put out.
I agree. And that's from a non-pop fan. But he managed to bridge those, those borders just the right way to even make somebody like me like it. Now I'm not crazy about trap music, but I like Wrist. I loved Wrist.
You know why you like these kind of genres? Why Chris makes it? I'm not even a fan of trap music, but I like it just because of Chris Brown's voice. His voice is so smooth that you can like any of the genres he makes.
So imagine him singing gospel, like a gospel song, or gospel influenced song, or even like I'm still saying country.
Doing a collaboration with Tasha Cobbs. That would be absolutely fantastic.
Do you remember
Franklin singing one of his fantastic songs?
But remember when Chris performed on the BET Awards and did the Michael Jackson tribute? Mary got on Twitter and was like, "Oh, how do I contact Chris?" I'm like, "Oh my God, that would have been so good if he did a collab with Mary." I don't really like that kind of gospel. I like more traditional gospel, but that probably would have been a really good song, a really good collab.
Oh yeah. I love them. Mary, yeah, all of them. They're fantastic. That would have been a fantastic collaboration.
It really would have. That would have been good. But
I'm doing a poll. I'm gonna put the poll question out there saying this, so look for it. And if you guys have anything specific, just DM us and I'll put it on the poll question. So send me a DM if you have a particular genre of music, or like modern gospel or whatever. Just let me know in the DMs. I'll put it on the poll question.
Yo, Vanguard, can Chris Brown see this podcast session? Like, listen to this podcast session?
That's why we wanted to have this conversation today, since he's talking about letting the fans choose the next song.
Right.
We wanted to talk about that and see if we could influence somehow the direction of the next single.
By the way, congratulations for Apple D.
Pardon?
So, Heartbreak on the Moon is coming out July 28th.
I'm just saying that. I could be wrong.
But that's the date that we heard, though. That is the date we heard.
You are wrong.
You are
totally
but that's
wrong.
the date that we heard, and it's very close to the release of the documentary on iTunes, so and Amazon. So we're thinking that may be a true rumor. I mean, we heard it, but it may not be true. We don't know, but that's what we heard.
I just hope no other big artist will release any albums in that time. because I seriously want number one album this time. Last two albums, since like X didn't make it to number one, Royalty didn't make it to number one, I'm not taking any chances this time. I need a number one album.
Well,
I know that
So-
Billboard's got a.
regardless of whoever releases, his fans are going to support. Their fans are going to support them just like his fans support him.
Right. And
Yeah, but I think one thing that's happening is that everybody's got their eyes on this album because of the fact that it has 40 songs, and just the streaming capability alone should make it not only be number one, but it actually make it have huge numbers because of the number of songs. So
Yeah.
I know Billboard did a whole article saying that they're all looking to see what this effect has on future number one albums or future album releases.
We can make history with this album. We really can. Because he's always there anyway. Like, he has, like, everything, articles like Privacy, like his 85th Billboard, and he's the second to do that. So maybe it will push him up from 7, because I heard he's only one away from Jay-Z. Jay-Z is number 6. So we get some more, songs, and it'll be 40 of them on the Billboard. So we just have to be very supportive and, stream and, purchase some music and, do the best we can.
But I really don't think that because Chris Brown had Fame coming out like in 2011, right?
Mhm.
And that album did like pretty good. All the singles were number one. The whole album was number one.
all right.
Because that was one of the best Chris Brown effort.
This album is going to do really well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have really good feelings about this album.
Yeah, I think it's going to be good.
I really
I think
do.
a new
I really
era,
do. And I
new
think
era is
it's
coming.
different. I think it's a different time. Exactly. That's exactly what I was going to say. I think it's a new era. His concerts did really well. I think things are different. I think everything that has dogged him in the past and all of those who are trying to dog him are failing.
Right.
Are failing. And this album is going to be the icing on the cake.
I agree.
And-
That's what I think.
You
And
know,
what's
What's your
good
name?
is-
What's your name? You who's speaking. The one who's
Pragyan.
speaking. What's your name?
Pragyan.
John?
Pragyan.
Yeah, probably.
Okay. Okay. No, I'm listening to you. I just want to know your name. That's it.
Oh, no, that's cool.
Yeah, I was glad to know how to say it. I'm glad to finally know how to say it properly.
Should I?
Yeah, he's very critical. He's very critical, man.
Yeah.
He wants Chris to be like number one in the world.
Chris has to do the combination of sales and streams.
Yeah.
And actually, he needs to be more on streams than sales right now, because that seems to matter more.
That matters more right now.
Yeah.
Because I'm not that impressed about somebody breaking Michael Jackson's record for Thriller. People went out of their house
Me
and went
either.
to the store and bought Thriller. 10 million people did that.
Right.
10 million people
Yeah.
30
left their
million people
homes
did
to
that.
go buy it. Pardon?
Wasn't it like 30 million?
I'm talking about the first,
Like-
when it first, the very first, like that.
Yeah.
It wasn't like the first week, but like within a few weeks, it did 10 million copies. It was diamond in a matter of weeks. People ran to the stores.
Yeah.
So I'm not that impressed with these people because they flicked on their phone or listening to the songs. Nope, sorry, not impressed. So as far as I'm concerned, he still owns that record for Thriller. Until somebody beats Thriller for real, I'm not owning it.
I hope that would be Chris Brown.
Yes.
Well,
that would
we
be
know
great.
the real. We know what's real, and the streaming. And if it was streaming, then nobody would ever be able to beat him, huh?
Oh my God, no.
Right?
Because it's actually sold 125 million.
You could have 1 billion in streams.
Right. He has like 125
Yeah.
million in sales. Hard going to the store sales. I mean, that's yeah.
But
But
how
that's
many
before
times did
streaming
it go
started.
platinum already? It's like
Oh my,
25 times
oh my
platinum or
God, yes, 20,
35 times
35
platinum.
times. Yeah, something like that. Like, no, sorry. And
He's
people,
still going platinum.
yes, to this day.
Oh, I just wanted to say this. Katy Perry put out an album, and I think it sold around the same amount that Chris sold with royalty, like 182, right?
Oh yeah,
Unit.
he probably would have beat her if he had come out the same week as
No,
her.
Chris Brown sold more. Chris Brown sold more.
Yeah, so I was kind of shocked. I thought Katy Perry would have, sold more.
Yeah, she was popular for a hot minute. I think her time may be up. She can sing, but I don't like her music. I don't like her music, but that's because it's pop. So, but
I love her music.
oh no.
I liked her music once I started watching the videos because her videos are kind of cool. They're different.
Videos
They're really
and sell
different.
songs.
But the
though.
music is
Videos
good
and
too.
sell songs. Yeah. No, I can't listen to her. Like not even for a minute. Not even for a minute. I'm not kidding. I really can't.
What about Britney Spears? You don't listen to her either?
You know what? I did like Britney.
I like that one song by Britney.
But I'm not sure why though. I mean, because it's very pop. But I don't. I did like her. I don't know why though.
I do. I like her.
Yeah, but I never bought a single. I mean, never bought it or deliberately played or anything. But I did like it when I heard it. So yeah. So she had something that I could listen to. Whatever. I don't know. But it's rare that I like a pop artist. Rare. But
Man, this all right. I'll talk for a minute, right? Like, wouldn't it be okay if Chris Brown at least, would have posted cover art for the album? Like, it would be great.
oh well, you
Say
know,
that again,
he wants to hear the cover art for you mean for the new album? Yeah, I'll be excited to see what it does. I'll be excited to see what it does, but I can wait. I'm never in a hurry.
No.
Because
I like
I don't
that
want to
song.
I'm
What
like,
about
I'm
the
like,
song with him dancing with royalty? I like that song. From what I've heard from the snippet.
I'm
What is it
already
called?
like, I don't know.
I forgot what it was called.
I'm already like Chris Brown. All right, you want to keep your music, but please give us the artwork, please. I'm already like that.
Yeah, I want it all to roll out in the just the right way. But I'm eager to see it. Not everything has to be on the internet either. It could be some other rollout. Yeah, it's going to be exciting. I'm looking forward to it. But I'm not like one of those people. Oh, post it, release it now. No. It has to be rolled out in just the right way. I wish they would bring back in stores.
Right.
I mean, they should have some in stores again where he goes and signs some records. I mean, sometimes going old school a little bit doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt the agenda.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
but that's
agree.
in
I
LA
agree.
most of the time. Most of the time it's in LA. That's no fair to me over here in New York.
I don't have a problem with it being in store in LA. I don't have a problem with that. I have
Of course you don't. Of course you don't.
I'm sure. Like,
I
yeah,
have no
the chick
idea. There are people who will
here.
fly. There are people who will fly to have him sign their album.
That's true.
That's
That's very true.
Just to do that. If
Yeah.
the promotion is,
Yeah.
if the marketing is there, absolutely.
Yeah, and I'd love to see him perform.
But I agree with you. I
know?
think that those old school tactics work.
Oh, yeah.
That, interacting with the fans sometimes, he used to do I think it was called the periscopes, or what are they called?
Yes, the periscopes. Yeah, periscopes.
Yeah, he used to do those. And those were, they were fun. They were interesting. And a lot of other stars do it too. And it notifies you and lets you know when they're on there. And you can ask questions, on there, and they're answering the questions Chris would just be having technical difficulties. All kind of stuff happening in the background.
That was
and you know, people would be like, Chris, answer our questions, and he never would.
But you remember for a
But you know
while.
what, though? He's doing Instagram Live. Instagram Live was good, what he did yesterday.
No,
So
that's Instagram stories.
I prefer Instagram Live.
That was Instagram stories. If he did live, I think people would flock to it. They would flock to it. But
They would.
Yeah.
Oh, they would. You have no idea. I mean, he would have so many people. He would get people converted if he were to interact more, just socially on social media with
But I
people,
remember when
fans. You would. He would go big time, no time.
He has so much music, and if you have so many good songs, you don't know what do you do? Like, I mean, it's confusing, and you don't know what to do. And I think Little More should have been a single. I mean, I don't know.
It was a single.
I agree with you.
The album royalty, and then you don't put the song out as a single.
Yeah, I agree
And
that should have been a single. I agree with you totally.
What should have been a
All
single?
the time.
Little More.
A little more.
Yes, a little more.
Little more.
Good.
I don't know why Chris did that. That was the worst thing he could have done. When he put those videos out in a song, that killed the album sales. I'm telling you.
But
when he put out Fine By Me, a lot of people like that song. Like he put the video out, gave the song out for free.
Why
doesn't Chris Brown go?
I'm like, what is he doing?
But do you know why he did that?
Why doesn't
Because
Chris Brown?
that's what people asked for. Fans said, "Oh, put all the videos out." You can't listen to every idea that people have. You have to weed through them.
No,
that
you can't listen to
that
fans
one was
like
because
that.
of fans. Fans asked for that. What he needs to, I think he needs to record them right away so that when the song comes out, there's a video right away. But he doesn't need to release them
but put
all
them
at
out
once.
after you make the
Yes,
sales.
exactly.
Put them out after you make the sales.
Make the
That's
release
exactly right.
a single and a video,
That's
but
a
don't
good
just release them
marketing
all at once because it made it hard for us to get one to focus on one. It was like it was scattershot. We watched this
Right,
one, that one, that
many.
one.
It was
We
too
watched
many.
them all, but just not
yeah.
all at once because it made it too long. Did somebody just come back?
Talking about TV.
I don't have a problem with all of the videos, but
And talking about
videos before and you're about to drop your album, absolutely not. And you're putting out the best song on the album already before people buy the album.
Right.
And talking
That's
about
exactly right.
about TV shows, I think Chris Brown should do more, more interviews on late night TV shows or daytime TV shows.
I don't care about that. I don't think that because that's a different genre of people watching those type of shows too.
It's not about you.
Maybe SNL, but
yeah, SNL. It's not about.
But remember,
what
he
I'm saying
stopped
is
doing
the population that follows him. The population that follows him is the internet and social media crowd.
Yeah.
That follows the majority of these stars. The people who are gonna record or watch SNL, because most people don't even watch TV anymore.
Yeah.
But I think it would have a little bit as she said, like SNL would be a great help. And
they're not gonna let him on SNL.
They do have him on SNL. He just doesn't doesn't do the skits and things like that. It's unfortunate because it's made that there's been a disconnect.
Here's the thing. That's so old. That's old school. That's 2009.
It is old.
There's a new way for Chris. Chris can have his own channel and he can do what Mark
That's
does.
exactly right.
Yeah.
He can Mark went ahead and did a mock interview.
That's what I'm saying. You don't have to go anywhere. He can break the internet if he wants to.
That's very true.
He can do whatever he wants to. He has the power to do that.
Because really,
he can take it wherever about what happened though. What happened. This is how it is right now. Chris doesn't need to go on Saturday Night Live because the people.
That's exactly right.
That's a different generation of people. and they're just
That's a
looking
totally
at
different
musical
generation of people that
performances.
watch that, and it's not this generation.
Right.
Right, Chris just
These
needs his
kids
own
don't watch
channel.
TV.
He just needs to go. Chris needs his own power show, his own TV channel, his
Right.
own radio station channel.
Whatever
That's
he
all
wants to
needs.
do, he can do that.
Yeah, and he could really use live in that way.
And
He
he
could
would
do.
have the followers.
Yes, he could set up a little interview with Sway or anybody he wants, who the people who are good interviewers and real interviewers, and do it
He
on
likes
Instagram
those
Live.
interviewers.
Yeah, you know,
That,
do it on
that
Instagram.
guy interview was good, right?
And they can
That-
ask him anything, and he doesn't get offended
Right.
because he trusts
Right.
them, like Nessa,
Right.
Angie Martinez. A lot of women interviewers, I know.
But they're also
Yeah.
respectful. They're
Yeah,
respectful.
they're respectful.
They're respectful.
yeah, but
of
they
who
still
he
ask them
is.
the questions, but you know.
But Angie
you
Martinez
trust
is
them
a
because
hard
they have
interviewer,
a better
but-
rapport.
Right, but Angie Martinez is a hard interviewer, but she is respectful, even though I found her shady at times. But she is respectful, but like he's like I said, he's comfortable with her. She knows how to ask questions without being offensive. So I guess that's the key, you know, having that skill. And so yeah, if he
Right.
did, he could do that on Instagram Live. Set up an hour or two, as long as he wants. Perform a song or two,
Yeah.
or just play a song in the background and talk
No,
about it.
no. What
Yeah.
Chris needs to do is join us on our podcast next week and answer the questions we have.
That's
Yeah,
exactly
we
right.
will.
And he would absolutely
That
do
would be
that.
nice. Let's add him. Let everybody add him. He'll probably
Yeah,
do that
TV
at the time of his album.
TV Vanguard, that's on you. You gotta add him.
Oh, you
Hey,
would
but-
blow
hey,
up
trust
the
me,
internet.
trust
just
me, I'm
saying
trying,
Chris
but-
is gonna be on here.
But here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to tell Chris he needs to reach out back to the international people and touch back to them, you know, because we've got people from like India, right? We've got
Right.
people from the UK, Brazil, and he just needs to use a different format to reach out to people because
Right.
the old school way, that's just old school. And he's
Yeah.
got people who are on the internet and they're getting their information off their phones and they want it live.
And-
They're not going to go home and look at television on a Saturday night. You know what I mean?
Right.
We're going to try and see if
Well,
we can get him
This
on
is
one of
the
our
thing.
podcasts.
This is the thing about all of those late night shows and any show, because it's all a business. And if the music is really good and it's the top music, they're going to want you on their show because they're going to want the ratings, because that's what the game is all about.
Right.
And it's not about him personally. If they can do it,
Right.
they'll do it. Why not? But it's all a business. And, you know, they're in the business of, you know, ratings and making money. So
Yeah.
let's just make sure this album is good, and, you know, we can see him anywhere.
Right.
We
Right.
can see him anywhere.
You're absolutely right, Tammy. You're absolutely right.
Let's
And
really
it'll
hope
be on
that.
his terms.
Right.
Yeah,
It'll
exactly.
be on his terms, how he
Right.
wants to, you know, appear on the show. So,
And
Guys,
even like,
It's 11:30 in here, so I think
okay,
I'm gonna hit the sleep. Right?
okay.
And
Oh,
it
that's
was great talking.
12 hours different.
Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you
Yeah.
so much for joining us.
Thanks for hanging in there. I
Thank you
know
for
it's
having
late
me.
there.
This
Okay.
was great. Love
nice
you too.
talking to you, Pregan.
Thank you for
Hi,
having me.
Reagan.
Bye, Fabian.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
This session was great. This session was
Join
great.
again. Join again.
Yeah, sure.
All right.
Sure.
Bye-bye.
Next time. Good night.
Maybe.
Again, you know, we want to make sure that we come out with a plan of action for supporting Chris's new album. And I think, you know, streaming and, you know, all we can do is create playlists and have people just spin that playlist
Right.
of 20
Yes.
or 30 songs or videos. And then they don't have to
Right.
think about it, just loop that playlist, you know.
Right.
Well, I
Let's
definitely
create
have
that
to leave
playlist,
in
yeah.
the part where you talk about him doing his own talk show online, because that's a great idea, and he could break the internet, like you say. Even if, because 106 in Park supposedly, I'm told, is still online. It's not on TV, but it's online. If he even went on that, they would give them actual viewership, because I don't know if they're really on, but that's what they say. But
I'll tell you this though. The fact that Mark did a mock news conference
oh god, yeah,
when that whole thing went down with that girl, remember Mark has a show that he just rolled out last year,
right,
that what was it called? Notorious.
notorious.
So they've got everything in house. yeah, they got everything in house to be able to do that. But we need to let Chris know that's what we want, and I'm sure Chris would help
I mean,
us.
the fans want that. More interaction, I think, would
crap.
be.
Yeah. We don't want Robin Roberts. We want him to be able to be.
No. And those kids aren't watching. They don't watch the news.
Right.
The people who follow him do not watch the news. They see it on their phone.
Yeah.
They read about it.
The shade
Maybe
room.
if they decide to click on that link, they will read it. Or if it's on Twitter,
Right.
they will click and see. Okay, what's this about? Oh, it ain't about nothing. Click off. Okay. No, that stuff is obsolete now. It's going away.
Well, the reason I think it's like a new era because, like, so many people been hearing so much stuff about him, and people are tired of it. Like, come on, like again, I think so. I think the media has tired everybody out about all of the negative things about Chris Brown. Like, people just don't want to hear
not
it
just
anymore.
Chris Brown, about black people, period. About black communities, period.
Right.
We're all burnt out on that. Nobody cares about that news line anymore.
It's like
enough
like
already.
People, I think, actually want to see and hear something positive. You know?
Yeah, there's
because
enough
they
negative
really
happening.
tried with his tour. They really tried they really tried to mess up his tour.
What is that noise?
With all of that negativity.
Right. One thing I want to
say is the last thing
and it didn't work.
Well, the last stunt TMZ played on Chris with that whole Migos thing, they lost a lot of credibility, and a lot of people who would believe TMZ, they don't believe that was the final nail in the coffin for people automatically.
Yeah.
Right. And that's what happens when they keep running with these fake stories. They burn themselves. That's what they do.
You don't even make sure, You don't even make sure what you're printing is even. You're not even doing real investigative reporting.
Right. Oh no, please. That's
no,
gone
because
out the window.
A real investigator finds out the truth and reports the truth. You're doing gossip and rumors, and that's what you should be calling yourself. That's rumors. It's a rumor,
and it's not even true.
Right. But rumors aren't true. Rumors are just rumors. They run rampant. Just say I'm rumor news.
Yeah, but why I say it's not even true is because whatever they're saying, there's a video that's saying something totally different.
That conflicts that.
Right.
Eyewitness video.
And they were also trying to bait Chris by saying that, because they would pray every day that Chris would respond to the lies that they tell, then they could get more publicity and more clicks off of that. But when he doesn't say anything, that makes them so mad because they're trying to find some way to egg him on to respond. And Chris is begging.
And it went away.
I'm so happy he didn't say
literally
anything.
the next day. It went away. There was no more news on that.
Oh, but they was running it and trying for a whole week. They had
but it wasn't going anywhere.
But kudos to Chris, though, right?
Yeah,
kudos to Chris.
To Chris. I was like, thank God.
Okay,
if Chris doesn't respond,
there's a new voice.
Because he would have went all kinds of crazy.
Wait a minute, there's a new voice. Wait a minute. Okay, wait a minute.
That is a new voice. Who is that?
Who's the new voice? Hi.
This is Margot.
Hi, Margot.
It's Margot.
Hi, Margot.
Is this celebrity ministry?
It is.
Yay!
Hey, welcome.
Amazing.
Hi, thank you, guys. Yeah, I finally made it. I've been listening for a while, but I didn't know how to respond to where you could hear me. So.
Oh no!
But
we're gonna get a function where people raise their hands, so we'll have that pretty soon.
Oh, okay. I was just saying though that kudos to Chris for not responding, because see, they don't have a story until he responds. No matter what is going on, what rumor is being told, what thing they're saying about him, they're waiting on the response so that they can increase the traffic, so they can keep writing the narrative. Exactly. If he does not respond, they have nothing. And we've seen it with this Migos story, particularly because once he did not respond, even to when they got Offset, walking down the street and they were asking him, and Offset was whatever he said, Chris still did not respond, and then that is what caused the story to die.
Right.
So it can't live unless he say something,
Right.
and I think he's learning that, and I am so grateful, that he stopped giving them what they need to keep going, because TMZ can't even function without a Chris story at least once a week.
Yes.
At least once a week. For real.
Fed them well for years. They've really gotten fat off of him. So they can, they need to starve them out. Starve them out.
Yep.
Marco's here. I'm
Yeah,
so
because
glad.
they have to feed their racist base. Like, if you ever go on TMZ comments, oh my goodness, it is awful.
Yes.
Awful.
They are.
They have
Yes.
to
we
feed
want
them
to
with
we just want to make sure
We're
it's all
still
about the
giving
music
TMZ
now.
credit. Yeah. Well, I think the only way to make it about the music is if he makes it about the music.
Yeah.
Period. Like, he's the only one that can do it. He's the only one that can make it about the music. The fans, I've learned that the fans are going to be the fans. They're his fans for whatever reason they've chosen to be a fan, whether it was the music, the dancing, the art, the relationships, whatever. Everybody gets so, I guess so crazy about you're not a real fan, this, that, or the other.
Right.
Everybody has a reason for why they buy that man's records or support his art or whatever they do. So they're looking for that. If we're going to focus on the music, though, just let them live over there, whatever they're doing. But you pump harder for the music.
Right.
You go hard for the music. You go hard for whatever it is of his you're promoting, his well-being, whatever it is. I think this podcast is probably the best thing I've seen in 10 years of being, a fan of this guy. So I think it's awesome. It helps those fans that feel the way you guys do get a different picture and viewpoint of the man who Chris Brown is and who he's becoming.
Oh, you said documentary? Oh, yes. We're really, that's what we talked about it quite a bit. That's it. The water park. I said little kid here, little kid.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm trying to stay as far away as I can.
I know, but yeah, the what was I saying?
Well, we're focusing right now on the music, and because we decided to take a break from the documentary until it gets closer to the release on Apple in August. So now we're looking at the music and the songs. That's what we're talking about this time and probably next time, because we think the album's going to be released perhaps at the end of the month, beginning of August. And then look, when August hits and they drop the documentary to the rest of the public who hasn't seen it yet, we're going to go back into those issues that were covered in the documentary, and hopefully the album will have been released by then, so we can do both at the same time, support the album and then bring up some of the things that need to still be talked about from the documentary.
Yeah. So I don't really, it doesn't really matter about the what kind of music he has on the album. I really like the beat and the flow of music. Like, if the beat, the flow, and the lyrics are good, that's what moves me, actually. It doesn't matter what genre it is to me. It could be pop, R&B.
Minority. Most of us have a particular genre that we like. And I know I
think it's just with 40 songs.
I don't even know some songs.
Hello?
I don't know.
I'm here.
Oh, I don't know what happened. It sounds like somebody left.
Sound like somebody dropped their phone.
Yeah. But
No, I'm here.
But the thing of the 40 thing list, I just want to say this. Ebro and a couple other people say, "Oh my God, that's too many songs." No, it is not, because they're thinking in the traditional way of an album with something concrete in your hand. It's essentially a playlist. A 40-song playlist is not out of the ordinary. I mean, I have playlists that are outrageously long. So they need to really think in a more modern terms. It's not about sitting and listening to, just a CD that you're putting in, into your CD player. Those days are gone.
The 10 songs on the CD.
Right. Yeah, that's not it. It's a playlist.
You know, I wonder if he would put, if he would market this thing or put it out. We know that the documentary and all that coming in August. I would just flood it all. I would drop the album, the document, everything would drop at the exact same moment, because I would put it like in a bundle on iTunes, where you could buy the documentary, the album, all of it, like right there together, all at one time, so that nobody, because this is such a microwave generation. Like once something drops, like think about the greatness of Kendrick's album, which I think so, but it dropped, and a week later, it wasn't even a week, a few days later, nobody was really even talking about it, So I'm just saying, if you put, for the internet channel to continue, you just drop it all at once, and just let everybody go for it. They'll have so much Chris Brown content, he can stay trending, he can stay, everybody's listening, every song, everything. Because for me, when I hear a song, I'm listening to the lyrics, because he told me that's what the truth is. So for me, that's how I listen to his music all the time. So it's just, I think he puts those breaks in there, and sometimes it causes, when everything else starts to happen, everybody forget about the music. Well, just drop all that, just boom, hit, just hit it. Drop all of it at the same time.
That's a good idea. That's a good idea. And when you say bundles, and people do have very short attention spans. Almost scary how short their attention spans are. It's amazing. So yeah, that would be a great idea. I think it's going to be a whole new era for him. I really do.
You guys realize also this will be the first R&B album that's a double album since R. Kelly.
Wow.
Drop the double R&B album. It'll be the first. I think I would market that part of it too. I think every song, we know Chris, he got so many different genres and things like that. He could do so much with it, but I'm just saying that's a marketing tool right there alone, that somebody dropped another R&B double album, which hasn't happened since R. Kelly's R.
That's true. I never thought about that.
And everybody's going to be interested in hearing what's on it.
Oh, yeah.
Of course.
Even Ebro. And even Ebro. So, I think he's going to have mixed music on here, though. I don't think it's going to be all R&B. But I'll say one thing. A lot of the clips that he has on YouTube, they're all good songs. I mean, even those clips that some of them aren't even on the album, it's good music, and I think this album is going to be great. I really do. The clip he has dancing with royalty, I can't wait to hear that song. You know which one I'm talking about, when he was dancing with royalty?
No.
And she ran off?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, she ran off. He was trying to dance with her, and she ran away. The song in the background of that?
No,
that's going to be on the album.
Oh, okay. I didn't even know that.
I forgot the name of it. Emac told us the name of it, but I forgot.
Oh, man.
I forgot the name of it, but I can't wait to hear that song.
I missed that memo, yeah. So
you didn't hear the song in the background?
Not really. I guess I don't know. I just missed it. Somehow.
I didn't either.
Really? Like, I gotta go watch that video again and listen to the song. That's gonna be on the album. It's just a clip. It's the one when he was dancing with royalty or trying to dance with, and as soon as the beat started playing, she ran off.
Doing her two things.
Yeah, that's one of the songs that's gonna be on the album.
Those two were so contrary.
I have to go.
Yeah, I have to go listen to that. I missed that whole thing.
I'm really excited, and why I feel it's really going to be a great album is because a lot of the people he's working with are grinding. These guys are new. They want to make a name for themselves. They are grinding. Yeah. It's different when you work with someone who's already proven themselves than someone who wants to really be a great producer. Just like Kevin McCall, like when he was working with Kevin McCall, he was just starting out. And sometimes that's your best music, to be honest. Sometimes when you first start out, that's your best stuff. Yeah, you're hungry and you're grinding. So you're actually working on this stuff more than someone who's been in the game for years, you know, because this is like your chance to actually, you know, make a name for yourself and prove yourself.
Right.
So we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see for sure. But yeah, I have to go listen to that. I did not hear that song. I didn't even notice.
Oh, y'all just watched the video and y'all didn't hear him singing in the background.
It was so
I didn't.
light.
I have to watch it again.
It was very loud, and again, I think we reposted it, so I have to go give that a little listen. I don't know how I missed that.
Yeah, that song is going to be on the album. Jack, I wish I could remember the name. Oh, I got to go back to one of my old tweets of begging for it. Emac told us the name of it.
But yeah, this was a lively conversation today. I'm glad everybody managed to get in here and got somebody new. I'm really happy for Celeb, because we've been following Celeb Ministry for a good while. It's a great page.
Mhm. Thank y'all. Thank you.
But it's really funny. We're all so different, and yet we managed to be very like-minded as fans. It's interesting.
But even if we aren't, we can agree to disagree and keep it moving.
That's right. But it's been a great experience. I feel that, you know, being a Team Breezy, because I mean, like I said, I came late because I'm older, but you know, I've met a lot of people who were very like-minded, at least as far as the music, or loving his music, and really caring about him too. So yeah, that's been a great experience.
Yeah. So what we have to do is.
No, I was just agreeing with her on what she was saying. That it's funny how it's so many people in this fan base. They all have that one thing in common, though, and that's Chris' best interest. And I guess just wanting to see him be great, reach his full potential, to not let his life be cut short, to not, allow the industry to destroy him. You know what I mean? I think that's the one thing that no matter what you believe, what you're thinking, that's the one thing you want to make sure does not happen, is that, as Chris so eloquently put it, they're not going to Michael Jackson him. You know what I mean? They're not.
Yeah, I remember that.
Him like that. And if you really look at it, yeah, exactly. That's what the industry is set up to do to certain people, and you want to make sure that doesn't happen. I tell people all the time, how can you say you have a favorite artist or a favorite anything, and you would never pray for them? Like that I don't understand it. Like I don't even get it. But that's that thing with Chris. You know what I mean? I think everybody on that level where they want to make sure that he reaches his full potential.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If we could just make. Go ahead.
No, I'm just agreeing about the praying thing. It's like there's a lot of these aunties that like me. It's like, yeah, we're keeping, interceding on his behalf, because he's young. I know he's spiritual, but not, he's not going to be on that level at that age. But we have to look out for him. He has enough of this, that's for sure. It's a lot of it.
But it seems like he's growing himself, and he said he's tired. He said he's tired of it. So, and he also said he doesn't care about all of that nonsense. And it seems like he's ignoring it a lot. So good for him, because he's been keeping their lights on for so long by responding and reacting. And I'm so glad he's not, because they are so annoying. Like, and they'll take anything and make up anything. Like, they make up lies every day. So, when they get a real story, they really run with that, or something he really said, they can really run with that one.
Exactly.
Because any other day they was lying, making up stuff.
And him reacting on Instagram, they blow that up. Like who wouldn't be angry? I mean, who wouldn't be? But they blow that out of proportion too. So.
Yeah, well, he's human. Like,
right.
He's human. He has a right to express himself when he's angry. Nobody, even us fans, We're not going through all of the criticism he's going through and the people atting him saying crazy stuff, because I see it. You know, I see what they're saying to him. So, if he, has to get stuff off his chest every now and again,
Go for
oh
it.
well. I mean, I see what they're atting him and saying. And then he doesn't respond. So, over a time of so many people atting you, saying things and writing things about you, of course, that aren't true, of course you're gonna, react to it.
I think he don't. Sometimes I think he don't. He knows. We'll hear him talking about being a legend, his music, and he'll say his music is art and his talent. But then I just keep telling him, but you're not regular. So you don't get your mindset to being regular. I know so many times of course he is built up, right? Because people are coming every day, every minute, every second. Well, it's a testament to who he is, right? It's a testament to who God created to be and the purpose he's created for. So it's a testament to that. But the thing is, he's so big that he don't realize that everything he do, it will always be under a microscope, for good or bad. So the people around you, right? The people around you, we know you're a loyal type of guy, but you got to understand, you can't be the ceiling in the room. If you're the ceiling in the room, who are you going to go to?
Exactly.
But I think, honestly, what I think is what's happening with the media a lot of people, they are infatuated with him. First of all, it's an infatuation. But it can't be a good infatuation because of 2009. Because then, if the media shows a positive, infatuation with him, then people will be upset, like feminists and all kinds of groups, and going at them in their business. So it has to be a negative. But whether it's negative or positive, it's still an infatuation.
Right.
Because, they talk about him all the time.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yes, of course. They will. It's like,
I mean, you have a show like TMZ talking about Chris Brown more than anybody.
To me, when I see stuff like that, I always just know he's the one then. Because here's a guy who the world say he's flopped. The world say, oh, he had a hit record since whatever. Oh, all his music sounds the same. But guess what? The whole world is talking about him. They're talking about his music. They're talking about his past, his present, his future. They're constantly on Chris
because
Brown.
They know that's not true. Because they know all of that is not true.
Exactly.
But they're also talking about his music. They're talking about they're talking about everything. He is a media magnet. He really is, whether it's good or bad. He is a walking. He's marketing.
So how do you
people interested in listening to and reading about?
So then how does he spend it? That's the question. How do you spend this for your life to bring all the good out of it? Because you can. Because you got everybody's attention. Chris Brown and Chris Brown and honestly Rihanna, to me, are the only two people who can turn any situation they want, any kind of way they want in the media. They can do it any kind of way they want. Any kind of way. And he could just do whatever. So then how do we spin it for his good? That's the question.
Yeah, that's the key. It really is. Because he's got that magical X factor.
He spends it by not responding because they would love his response. Not responding, performing and putting on a great show and putting out great music.
But one thing we were talking about before you came on, Margot, was about like him using the media and creating his own media or breaking the internet. Like we were saying that he could do like a talk show, like get on Instagram Live or live stream or whatever, and do like his own personal talk show where he has an interviewer that he chooses, that he's comfortable with, and do, and then promote his album that way rather than going to Saturday Night Live or Today Show, or these shows where they try to trip him up. You know what I mean? So he can really change things if he wants.
Wow, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
I think I don't know if anybody remembers. Look, I'm probably telling my age, but when Jermaine Dupri did a Living the Life series on YouTube,
I watched it religiously.
It was just like a chronicle.
Yes,
I did too. So it's like he could do that. He don't even have to have an interviewer.
Right.
He can have people do stuff, right?
Right.
Yeah. Like have his little people, or even if he's just in a room and he's online all the time. He's a consummate lurker. He can see certain things that he may want to answer, and then he can sit and make a little video, a 1-minute video, if he wanted to, for Instagram, and answer 1 to 2 questions, put it up, and go on with his life, right?
Exactly.
Because guess what? Every blog is going to put it up. The only thing they don't put up is like the good stuff, right? They don't put up Welcome to My Life. Like, I didn't see Shade Room, Ball Alert. Nobody did not promote his Welcome to My Life series.
Because the Shade Room and Ball Alert gets paid for advertisements a lot of times.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of people pay them to advertise. So if they know you're selling something and you haven't paid them, then they don't want to promote it. That's why. But because
think about all the art. Well, think about all the videos that were online though. They always get going on somebody's page and getting a clip on somebody's page.
They have to. If he puts something on his page, that's not pertaining to his music that much, unless something happened there, they'll post it. But if they know he's promoting his movie, they will want him to pay them to advertise.
Yeah.
Because then they'll say he's getting free advertising, and he didn't pay when others are paying. You see what I'm saying? But if something happened there, then they'll advertise it. Like, it doesn't have to be something bad. It could just be like the fan that went up on the stage. They'll advertise that at his concert. But they didn't really advertise any other part of his concert unless something, happened there.
No, okay, but listen, check this out. But if you put up the thing where he followed Rihanna, right? You put that up on Shade Room, but you won't put up a clip that a fan might have put up and where he's talking about that, because that's the drama for you, right? That was for the clicks for you. So all I'm saying is nothing. Like, there was nothing. But I do get what you're saying, that they're gonna want him to pay for that. I guess I get that, but it's just, I know I happen to notice that didn't get any, show for him. So I just say if he could take a minute, take 2, maybe 1, 2 questions, and then he could answer those questions and post it on his page maybe. And he could develop a whole new, like she's saying, talk show, or Chris Brown, whatever he want to do. He might want to spin off something.
They'll post that. They'll post that. If fans is involved in talking, they'll post that. Because they do have to see, their page and posting, but they just selective on what they post. And sometimes they don't have no choice, because if it's a slow day, they're going to have to post it, because they have to post stuff, to keep, entertaining. So a lot of times when you see the clubs, when they're performing at clubs, they pay them to post those. That's why they, certain people you'll see in there all the time, like the Migos, they're paying them to post them in there. And Karuchi, they're being paid to post.
I knew you were going to say that name.
I definitely know that.
You're going to refer to her as she who must not be named. Remember that? Refer to her as she who must not be named. I got to cut that name out. I got to cut that name out.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I'm just teasing.
Preferably referred to as old girl.
Old girl.
Okay.
Or she that shall not be named.
She that shall not be named. Like, yeah.
So, yes.
But the reason why
I was still like
it. We were saying that if he did more interacting with his fan base, it would need to be live, because he already does that, posting clips all the time. He'll post a clip in a heartbeat. And then I see, like, when I go and read the comments, because I'm always going in and reading the comments of what people are saying and things, and they're posting. people are always saying, we want to talk to you live, Chris.
Yeah.
We want to talk to you live, and that's the thing. People want to they want to talk to him, even if he just does these 3 snippets. If he does it, on Periscope or do it on, whatever, Instagram, whatever live, and let people vote live, that would be fantastic.
He did it when it's close to his album getting ready to drop. Oh, he's going to be live.
Yeah. I was talking the other day about the time he did the paintings. Remember when he did the paintings on, I guess that was on Periscope or something. And he was playing, was it Royalty? Whatever album that was out at the time. He played the album. Oh no, maybe that was Fortune. It was a long time ago. He played the album and he was painting. And we were watching him paint, and he was talking, and the dog came in, and it was interesting. And we got to feel like we were with him.
The Fame of Fortune, one of them.
Yeah.
It's like really watching TV, watching somebody on TV. Yeah, live. But it's just that people love that. They want that. They want more of that from him.
Right.
With so much access to stars now, that's people, like you say, they just want more of it.
Right.
They want more access. I think he could do like what you just said. He could, just turn the camera on and then, but long as he's not the one reading the comments, because he has to be ready for that, right? Because we know it's going to be so many ignorant people that comes in. So if he has to be the one to read the comments, that's not going to be good energy for him. Right. So like if he goes and turns the camera on and then he goes and maybe he's just sitting back from the comments and just explaining track by track to the people, right? Because he knows everybody's gonna have their own opinion of what he's saying and what this means and who he's talking about. But you say, hey guys, today we're gonna talk about the first 3 tracks on the album. I don't know, because you can kind of like do a roll call up until the day it's released, and say when I wrote this track or when I was in the studio with this track, this, whatever, and just keep going. But I think that would be possibly something he could do as well.
Well, remember, guys, BET wanted to. I think they wanted to do give him a reality show, and he turned it down. So it's not like he. I mean, he can. Well, it doesn't have to be like the normal reality show. He can do whatever he wanted to do with it. It can still be a show.
Just snippets.
He can show fashion shows, all kinds of stuff on there. His performances, fashion shows. But that's what people really want to see anyway, right?
Yeah.
But I think he turned it down.
If you ever see JD's old show, what was it called? Something, because we were called Lifestylers or
Making the Band.
No, I'm talking about, not Diddy. I'm talking JD.
JD, it was called Living the Life.
Living the Life. And we were lifers. Remember, everybody, he would talk to us up. He would talk as if we were, as if it was live. He would, lifers this, lifers that. But we saw him when he went on vacation, skiing with Janet, and Janet went skiing. We saw all kinds of things. So it wasn't just one facet of his life. It was just everything, and everybody who came in one time.
And he was in complete control. He was in complete control, like because he would still have some type of say, right? But see, BT would have some say, and I'm sure Chris is like, nope, absolutely not. Because
I don't blame him.
He gotta have
no to BT too.
Yeah,
and he should.
Yeah, he would have to have
saying no. Right. No to anything.
Yes. He can do this though, guys. He can do it. I think he could create his own. I mean, he had that. Didn't he have like an app one time? With the Chris Brown channel, and he would put little stuff up there.
Well, he never stays on anything long.
Just create your own content and put up what you want put up.
But maybe he'll listen to this and and I'm like, oh, you know what? Yeah, I could do that talk show, or I could do that reality show myself and control it. Because JD totally
Wait a minute, maybe he gonna listen to this. So what other ideas should we say since we know he's gonna listen to this? One. I personally wish Chris would do something playful, like a Chris Brown version of Wild 'N Out. You know what I'm saying? Because he's very playful, but he tones it down because, if he seems silly or laughing too much, people have a problem with that. He should live his life the way he wants to. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to see something that's not so much like a documentary, but something that's interactive, something that gets the fans going, something that gets the international fans going, but something that still talks about the music too, because that's why we're here, you know?
Right. Now, I liked it when he was doing that Law and Order, the music in the background, but it was the puns. Those were hilarious.
Yeah,
You know,
those were, but those little skits.
Those were hilarious.
Yeah.
Even if I thought those was hilarious. And then this is the thing, when he does stuff, everybody starts to do it.
Exactly.
I saw people doing it. I saw all kinds of people following in line. It was actually pretty hilarious.
Yeah, you're right.
Well, okay, Chris, we know you listen to this, Chris. We got some more Law and Order type stuff, Chris.
I would love some more of those. Those puns were really good.
I think every year he should do the dance challenge. I think he should pick an old school song, just like he did when he did Chingy. Like, nobody had heard of Chingy for years, and Chris comes out and does a challenge on Christmas, and the whole world is doing the challenge.
Oh my God, Chingy was like, thank you, fam. Chingy was like, thank you, fam.
Fanboy.
Yes.
Like
he
fanboy.
Think about all the checks. Think about that check that came in from iTunes once Chris did that. Everybody, it literally went to #1 on iTunes hip hop.
That was amazing. That was amazing. But he needs to remember that he has that power. He has to remember that he's got that X factor and not let people distract him from it.
Yes, he's not regular.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm telling you,
But
not regular.
We also have to remember, because we forget, Chris has a great team of professional people around him. And I think a prime example is how Mary J. Blige just won an award for her documentary just the other day from Riveting Entertainment. And so he's got talented people like Riveting Entertainment, like Mark and his production company around him. And I think we just get caught up on the OHB people. We forget that he's got talented professionals that's looking at, you know, the legal aspect and the production aspect. I just want to know who's going to handle the management piece of it, that takes the place of what Boo used to do. Remember in Boo? I thought was a great manager.
Boo was a great manager.
Now that he's
is that what Ant is doing? I think Ant is doing it, isn't he?
Yeah,
Isn't it Ant?
but Boo actually has, you know, he's the vice president at Def Jam right now. And so he has that type of
Oh, no, I agree.
that I don't think Ant has. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree. I'm just thinking, I was just wondering, is that who's doing it? I think what I've learned so far is Chris is he's apt to always bring somebody up. So, like, somebody that didn't have a chance, you know, he's grabbing them by the hand and saying, okay, well, then you come. But then the problem becomes, you know, either the job is too great, right, and then there's a split, or they're just not loyal. They're into it for whatever they want to do. You know, whatever they're trying to come up on, girl that shall remain nameless, you know, things like that. So you have to be able to distinguish between who really supposed to be on this ride with you. And like I said before, if you're the ceiling in the room, then how can you ever progress? You can't. If there's no one above you, like, to me, I believe, like, for his business, he should have, like, a Diddy, you know what I mean, or something like that, as for the business goes.
And I think he does.
I think Chris has to take a page. Well, if Chris is going to have, like, Common Joe, you know, trying to be business people, he's going to have to take a page out of what LeBron James did, which is he took all of his childhood friends, he made them go back to school and get degrees and intern before he gave them positions. And that's what Chris needs to do. They need to get a business degree.
Have qualified people in those roles.
Yeah, you just can't slap them in there and say they got natural skills. They need some.
Yeah, because they're buddies.
Exactly.
And like you said earlier too, you know, that's a really big job to fill. You want somebody who has integrity in their career, who has put in the work, the sweat and tears, just like you have. They're just as invested as you are in your success.
You need
because
you
your
need
success
somebody
equals
that
their success. And people need to respect you in business. And if they don't respect you, they're gonna think they can come at you all kind of sideways.
But we just want to thank everybody's participation. Everybody's opinion and view is so important. And if you have any questions or you think of some great ideas, don't hesitate to send us a DM either in our Twitter account or our Instagram account. But we just want to say thank you to everyone for their input. It's so valuable to get everyone's insight. And we'll make sure that we keep publicizing this, because we know Chris looks at a lot of stuff on internet, on Twitter. We know he lurks. And we just want to make sure he hears some of the ideas that everybody came up with, because I think those are some great ideas and suggestions that hopefully we can implement.
Thanks for joining us on this episode, and we hope you'll join us again at the Vanguard.